On May 28th, my husband went into the hospital for a routine gallbladder surgery. As I'm sitting in the waiting area, waiting them to call me down to see him post-op, the surgeon calls back up to me and he says he's experiencing chest pains. We're calling the cardiac team down, but we're gonna take you down to see him. So as I'm getting down, I'm arriving at the post-op room, the cardiac team is in. They're basically at this point wheeling him out. I distinctly remember hearing over the intercom as I'm sitting in the waiting room, anesthesiology to cardiac cath lab. And they said it twice, and at that point, I knew exactly who it was for. He gets back to the room, and they basically are telling me he pretty much had a heart attack. His heart, the left side was pretty much obliterated. The walls were super thin, and it was basically non-functioning. I think when I finally heard the words heart attack, it still was just like, okay, they're gonna fix him up. It's okay. People have heart attacks all the time and come back, you know. But his was not just heart attack, it was heart failure. Because his heart was in such bad condition, his kidneys began to fail, his liver failed, he had developed several blood clots. He became paralyzed from what they believed to be a blood clot on the spine. And lastly, he had a stroke. And at that point, it was just suffering. I remember just asking God, like, whatever it is you have planned, Lord, seriously, can you just change your mind? I can't be a mother with 2 boys. What am I supposed to do? I took the boys and I had a conversation with them before I took them. And the most terrifying thing I've ever had to do in life. And on June 23rd, James passed away. You know, initially, I was numb. Even in the midst of that, I have never felt so surrounded by God's love. That's an oxymoron. That doesn't make sense, because how can you be in such pain, but yet feel so loved? The enormous amount of support was mind-blowing. It was just amazing. People, my church family, without a doubt, showed up for us. A couple of days after he had passed, and I was at home, and I remember thinking, okay, God can't have broken us to just leave us broken. Like, there has to be more. There has to be more. And I am going to choose to believe. Every day there's choices. I can either allow this to, which is what I want to do, lay in my bed, or I can get up and walk in what I believe is more. I didn't want to allow room for the enemy to come in, and because he will, in your mind, and take you to a place, because it's so easy to go to a dark place, because there are so many questions. How am I going to provide? Every day choice. What is that choice going to be for that day? John 3:16 is definitely a verse that got me through. Because when you have an experience such as mine, the reality of us not being here someday becomes very, very real. And the promise and the hope that even beyond this life, I have a home beyond here is very comforting. I try to, as best as I can, reiterate that to my children, that for us, this is not it. It's not just our lives go beyond this. And that's hope. In that lies hope. And that's what we have to hold on to.